If you've spent any time on the interwebs lately, you'll notice high protein everything: protein cereal, protein coffee, protein ice cream. Influencers talk about it like it instantly builds muscle, burns fat, and fixes your metabolism. But will protein fix all of your problems? I'll save you a bunch of time right now and just tell you no, it won't. But keep watching, and I'll bust all three of these protein myths while giving you the information that you need to hit your fitness goals. Hey, I'm Morgan Auberg, strength coach and host of the StrongHer Collective Podcast, where we help women get stronger instead of smaller. I'm a huge nerd, so I ground everything in research, but I promise to keep this one practical. For the deeper dives, head over to the podcast page in the description below. Let's tackle myth number 1. If you eat protein, you'll build muscle instantly. Like any good myth, there is a grain of truth here. Your muscles are made of protein, and when you have eaten enough protein, your body can use that material to build and repair muscles. However, eating protein isn't going to be enough on its own. The truth is that if you eat high protein, but you never challenge your muscles, you're not going to build muscle at all. It's like having construction materials without having a construction project. Nothing is going to be built because there are no plans. Similarly, if you eat high protein but are chronically under-eating, your body doesn't have enough energy to put towards building muscle. It's busy doing other essential things that keep you alive without optimizing your performance. Fix this by regularly challenging your muscles through progressive overload, which means that as your muscles get stronger, you're making them work harder, eating enough total calories so that your body has the available energy to repair and build muscle while still hitting your protein targets. On to myth number 2, protein burns fat. Nope. Just no, our bodies do not have a special fat burning switch that protein turns on. Here's what's actually happening. Your body is constantly using energy to keep you alive. That would be breathing, circulating blood, running your brain, digesting your food. And on top of that, you also use energy for voluntary movement. So walking around, cleaning the house, lifting weights, going on a run. That energy has to come from somewhere. Your body can pull that energy from glucose in your bloodstream, glycogen stored in your muscles and liver, and stored fat. Your body uses all of these fuel sources at different times for different reasons, and eating protein doesn't automatically mean you are using stored fat for energy. I think this myth may have come from the fact that 1, protein makes you feel full, so you could eat less overall, which could very well result in a calorie deficit, which over time makes you lose weight. And 2, protein takes more energy to digest than carbohydrates and fat. This is called the thermic effect of food. 20 to 30% of calories from protein are needed for digestion, compared to 5 to 10% of calories from carbohydrates and 0 to 3% of calories from fat. This fact gets hyped up a lot, but it's not practical or healthy or enjoyable to eat protein to the point that you are in a calorie deficit just because of your macronutrient distribution. Just think about it. So many protein-rich foods have other macronutrients: fat in red meat and fish, carbohydrates in lentils. What are you going to do? Just eat protein powder all day long? It's far more practical to optimize other lifestyle adjustments like reducing refined sugar intake and exercising more. And it's also more healthy because your body thrives when it has access to healthy fats and fiber, something you'll miss if you only eat pure protein. This brings us to myth number 3. Protein fixes your metabolism. Again, there's actually some truth here, which makes this a really good myth. Muscle is really metabolically active, which means that muscle takes more energy to exist than other tissues in your body. For example, 1 pound of muscle burns between 6 and 12 calories per day at rest, while 1 pound of fat burns between 2 and 3 calories per day. If you optimize your protein intake while resistance training to build more muscle, your resting metabolic rate will go up because muscle uses more energy at rest. This means that you have a higher metabolism. However, no amount of protein on its own is going to change your metabolism if you aren't resistance training with progressive overload and eating enough overall calories that your body has the resources to build more muscle. In summary, you can't protein your way out of other healthy habits. Protein does not override lack of resistance training, enough energy from food, poor sleep, alcohol use, chronic stress, or inconsistent habits. This is because protein works within systems. It doesn't work alone. So keep eating your protein. Be sure to eat enough overall calories from nutrient-dense foods and resistance train consistently. If you're tired of influencer hype and want evidence-based strength advice, subscribe. And if you want the full nerd breakdown on protein, check out the protein series on the StrongHer Collective Podcast. Let's get stronger together.